What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are jumping the gun and starting our coverage of Mobile Suit Gundam, Char's Counterattack, Beltorchika's Children. We will be covering specifically the manga. Perhaps one day we will start diving into novels, but for now, we must all practice patience. In Char's Counterattack, the story begins in media res, in typical Tomino fashion, and you, as a viewer, are thrown right into the middle of the action. Beltorchika's Children starts a little earlier than the 1989 movie, and there are many changes that we will be sure to break down. Let's watch the rise of newborn Neo Zeon, and let's get into this. A fleet of Gyaradogas head out. One thing to note is that I am saving all the mobile suit breakdowns for our main coverage of Char's Counterattack. Be on the lookout for that in a day or two. Resin Schneider is in her blue custom Gyaradoga. She is mad that she has to take orders from a cyber new type like Graves Gus. Graves is the name of Gyune in the manga. Also in the movie, he pilots a Yagdoga, but in this manga, he is piloting the Psycho Doga. The MSN 032 Psycho Doga is more or less the same as the Yagdoga. It uses the Gyaradoga as a base and is refitted with the Psycho Frame cockpit that amplifies a new type's power. More on this soon. It is equipped with a beam assault rifle, a beam sword axe, a shield which contains a missile launcher and a grenade launcher, and funnels. Of course, Graves can hear her complain. On the Raylula class ship, Mesta Masua is taking command of the operation and tells everyone to shut up. Mesta is Nanai in the manga and plays the exact same role. The Neo Zeon team approaches the colony of Sweetwater. In UC 0084, the colonies were reorganized, and all the colonies that survived the Battle of Loom and the One-Year War were moved to Lagrange Point 4. One of these colonies was Sweetwater. After the One-Year War and the Grips conflict, many displaced Spacenoids moved to this colony. But once again, EFF overpopulated the colony and ignored the needs of the people. Char shows himself on a holographic projection device. He tells them that he will not allow the people of Earth to idly sit by and do nothing, as the people of space are treated like second-class citizens when they themselves are living a controlist lifestyle. And the people of Earth continue to ruin the planet. Char tells the people that he plans on sending an asteroid to Lhasa, Tibet, directly attacking EFF's new headquarters. This is the beginning of Char's occupation of Sweetwater, where they welcomed him with open arms. The entire colony sigs that Zeon. In India, some Manhunters are looking for a young girl. Since the area is still an area where people make religious pilgrimage, tourism is high. But now that EFF controls the area, many soldiers hunt and kill illegals in the area. Also in the movie, this always seemed to be happening outside of Lhasa, but this is India, which is further east, so Quess went on an adventure. Quess and her friends are surrounded by Manhunters. One man, Milton, holds up Quess with a knife. He is pretending to get him and Quess out of the situation, but the Manhunters aren't messing around and shoots him in the head. As they drag Quess away, they kill the rest of her friends. Yeah, you didn't see that in the movie. Side 1, Londinian. Amuro and Beltochika wake up and have a little pillow talk regarding Earth. She goes to take a shower while Amuro checks some intel regarding Char's fleet. EFF is not releasing information, even though Char and the news have more or less made everything public already. Amuro is heading out later that night to handle the situation while Beltorchika heads to Anaheim Electronics to check up on new Gundam. Back in Hong Kong, Quess and her father Adenauer Pariah, along with his mistress, all squabble with one another, similar to the movie. She chastises her father for trying to help the Spacenoids from the comfort of Earth. Adenauer never would have expected Char to amass such a huge army. Really? Never. Never? Really? Never. 100% confidence on that? Never. Are you sure? Never? Back on Londinian, Amuro and Bright are on board the Rockailoon flagship, and we have made it, folks. That is right, I introduce Bearded Bright. They notice that Char's movements are strange. Like the movie, they have to wait for orders to come in for the team to move out. They have 3 hours until they finish resupplying. Amuro notes that Beltorchika is on her way to the moon, and they believe new Gundam will be delayed. Bright is just happy that EFF gives them a pension so Midai and the kids get by while on Earth. Even though Bright has carried the entire military, EFF treats him like a new type. EFF grounded him and was only allowed back in space because of Char's announcement. Bright almost seems happy that Char made his return, as he said if it weren't for him, he probably would have never been allowed back into space. Amuro goes down to the hangar where he meets with Kyra and Ashtonage. Kyra and Amuro do a little small talk, but we learn that Beltorchika didn't like the idea of marriage, so Amuro never pushed the idea onto her. But if a child comes along, he will do what is right and settle down and take care of them. Kyra mentions that the Ragazi's back weapon system greatly reduces the mobile suit's mobility. The Rakai Loom launches from Side 1. On the moon, we see that the Gundam hasn't been assembled, and they still need to do many tests on the unit. Also, in our Char's counterattack video, we mentioned that Chan is the only one that wears a skirt with an EFF uniform. But here we see Beltochika wear one too. But technically, they are kind of the same person and playing the same role in this situation, so I think it still stands. Char and Amuro's path are about to cross once again. Amuro preps for battle. Jagans launch with the new base jabber. The Type 89 base jabber was used to deliver new Gundam into battle during the movie, but here we see them already battle ready before the high new Gundam. This unit is mainly designed for space use, and if you remove the propellants from the bottom, 2 units can ride it, as seen here. Minovsky particle density increases. The battle begins. Amuro helps out as he rushes through in his Wave Rider form. He reminds the team to focus on the asteroid. Enemy units aren't as important. We flash back to Char being interviewed on the news, declaring a war on EFF and demanding they give sovereignty to Sweetwater. Bright tells Amuro that they were too late and failed, but Amuro wants to take out the nuclear engines and try to stop it anyways. He runs into Graves and the Psycho Doga. On the Relula, Mesta is taking command. She informs Char that Graves is in a standstill and needs some help. He tells her that the asteroid's course is set and to have everyone withdraw from battle. He will go and help out Graves with the Nightingale. This is the first time that the Nightingale has participated in the battle. He is a little nervous. The Nightingale launches. The MSN Nightingale was developed exclusively for Char and also has the psychoframe incorporated into it. It is the manga version of the Sazabi. This is a mobile suit with mobile armor capabilities and design features. Like the Sazabi, this unit has big shoulder binders, but unlike the Sazabi, the Nightingale takes it to the next level. According to an interview with Forbes, designer Yutaka Izubuchi said that the Nightingale was designed much later than the Sazabi, even though the novel came out first, so you would assume otherwise. There are also hidden articulating arms attached to the skirt of this unit. This version is 27.8 meters tall, unlike Sazabi, which is 25.6 meters tall. It is equipped with 5 funnels, which are the same found on the Alpha, a large beam rifle, a large abdominal megaparticle cannon, a beam tomahawk, and a shield. On the Relula, Mesta wonders why Side 2 hasn't attacked them. She is informed that their Neo-Zeon spies on Side 2 have infiltrated and suppressed all attacks. Mesta is mainly mad at Graves and says they should have enhanced him more. Amuro goes in to attack, but his megaparticle cannon is damaged. He removes the BWS and transforms. He is still struggling to take out Graves, but he is currently out of funnels. As they begin fighting with beam sabers, that is when Char and the Nightingale comes in. I like in this version, everyone is hitting hard on Graves for sucking so much. Amuro launches some dummy mobile suits with mines towards Graves. Char shoots through the dummies, but a bunch surround his unit and explode. Amuro goes in with his beam saber. Next to the Ragazi, the Nightingale is a beast. Amuro tells him that this may make Earth uninhabitable. Char says that that is his intention, and he wants to force controlism onto all of humanity. He says it is destiny to enforce discipline. Like the movie, Graves wonders why Char isn't using funnels. The Nightingale is able to dodge Amuro's attacks. It seems his mobile suit is superior to the Ragazi. Graves attacks Amuro and tells him that it is too late, but Amuro does a great deal of damage to his unit. In the movie, Yune is badly injured and Char in the Sazabi comes in and grabs his mobile suit, pulling him to safety. Here, Char tells Graves to get out of the Psycho Gundam and get into his hand before they make their escape. He tells Graves not to rely on his computer so much. I call it Skywalkering. Back on the Rakai Loom, Ashtonage is concerned that Kyra hasn't returned from the battle yet. Kyra and Ashtonage are currently dating. She, with Amuro, happen to be returning from the battle with the downed Psycho Doga. Amuro returns and runs into Ashtonage. He tells him if he can handle the repairs for the Ragazi. Ashtonage takes a look at the mobile suit and yells at Amuro. He says, "I just fixes. How the hell did you do so much damage?" He wonders what mobile suit Amuro fought against. Back in Hong Kong, Quess is still fighting with her father's mistress. She smacks Quess and she responds by saying, "Mom was tossed out and you too will be soon enough." Spicy. She leaves as she doesn't want to deal with Quess. Like the anime, this opens up one seat on the shuttle after the pariahs use their privilege. Mirai decides to send Hathaway alone, while her and Shaimin takes the next shuttle. The Rock Hyloom crew watches as Side 2 finally starts firing off their countermeasures, but the asteroid course corrects. Bright says the EFF is informed of the asteroid, but who knows if the citizens have been informed of anything. Meanwhile, Neo Zeon infiltrates Side 2 and prevents them from attacking 5th Luna. Bright gets a nice refreshing beverage, just like in the movie. I don't know why, but Bright sipping on a drink while an asteroid hits Earth is very funny to me. Char's fleet plans on looping around the Earth and heading back to Sweetwater after the asteroid hits. Amuro goes to prep in the hangar for a second attack. The shuttle from Hong Kong leaves. They almost hit the asteroid, and Hathaway gets his first boner. 5th Luna enters Earth atmosphere and strikes Tibet. Char gives a speech to the people of Earth and to his people, marking this the beginning of Neo Zeon. He feels like a clown maintaining such a public image. Graves comes to talk to Char and wonders why they left the Psychodoga on the battlefield. He says that he was able to create the Psycho Frame for the Psychodoga, the Nightingale, and the soon-to-be Alpha Azieru. So why give EFF any data? Mesta slaps Graves and tells him not to question the captain. Of course, like the movie, Char is leaving breadcrumbs for Amuro to find, but they lie to Graves and tell him that his life is more important and more expensive than any mobile suit. Char gets out of his uniform and prepares to handle the politics, while Mesta handles the rest of the operation. Both Neo Zeon and Londo Bell make preparations for a second assault. Resin launches with a team of Gyaradogas. She doesn't understand why they are using mobile suits for a diversion, as they aren't meant for long-term use, but she rolls with it. Back with the Londo Bell fleet, the Ragazi is still down, so Amuro launches in a Jagan. On the Relula, Mesta is coordinating to launch dummy balloons in the hopes of diverting the EFF fleet as Char and Gus make their way towards Londinium. They're using this as an opportunity to see if they can use dummy ships during battle. As the Londo Bell fleet approaches, they begin a cannon barrage. The Jagans and Gyaradogas meet on the battlefield. Char's crew takes off on a shuttle towards Londinium. As the Gyaradoga approaches, they launch dummy asteroids, confusing the Jagan pilots. It allows Zeon to break through their defenses. Amuro is able to shoot down one real Gyaradoga. Back on the shuttles carrying the pariahs and Hathaway, it seems 5th Luna did do some damage as it passed by. They are trying to get the apogee motors working before they get caught up in the battle happening not too far away. They send out a signal flare and the Gyaradogas pull back. The Rock Hyloom goes in to save the citizens of the shuttle. They find out that Adenoir is on board and wonders what he is doing. He responds by saying that he was probably running away. Bright with a beard is spicy. I like it. Like the anime, Hathaway runs into his father. Bright goes, "Yeah, cool. Go to the mess hall. I'm going to talk to this important guy." Terrorist in the making, folks. The Vice Minister demands that Bright head to Londinium as he is on a special mission. Meanwhile, Amuro returns, frustrated he could do nothing. Amuro is dreaming about Lala's death once again. He wonders why Lala can't let go of Char. Lala says it is because he is pure. Amuro wakes up, noting that he has the same dream over and over. He then wonders about the Psychomu on the captured Psychodoga. It is nothing like anything made by EFF. He is informed that new Gundam is approaching the ship. It is far ahead of schedule. As it lands, someone notes that it hasn't been painted yet. This reminds Amuro of the first time that he met Beltorchika on board the Aldumla. She is mad at him for not greeting her at the cockpit. Ashtonage watches the two like a creepy person. October delivered supplies with Beltorchika as well. He brought along funnels that still need testing. October overhears that Amuro captured the Psychodoga. He wants to see it for himself. Amuro wonders, isn't Anaheim Electronics making things for Char? October says yes, but it isn't done by his team. He is at the Von Braun Anaheim Electronics location. But they also have a location on Granada, the other side of the moon. Apparently no one talks to one another, and the cycle of incompetence continues. Yay. Like the anime, Quess and Hathaway are playing around with the simulator. Beltorchika is just now informed of the attack on Lhasa. Quess talks to Amuro. She has heard about him and she says that he is a kind person. Hathaway tries to show off how many people he shot down in the simulator. While on the colony, Char and Gus learn that Londo Bell is the most active fleet, but one of the smallest. There are plenty of normal fleets 10 times bigger than Londo Bell, and they are all just hanging out and doing nothing. They are just sitting around. Gus is worried about the captain getting arrested while in the colony. He reminds Gus that that is why he is here. We learn that his parents died during Operation British, I have a feeling he's one of those guys that constantly brings up his parents' death. You aren't Batman. They enter into the colony. Hathaway and Quess are sightseeing around the colony. They have a conversation about the 1 Year War and how Char fought for the zombies to seek revenge. He then left for the asteroid belt where no one knows what he did. Of course, we know that this is his time on Axis during Char's deleted affair. He returned to fight against the Federation and the Zeon woman gone bad, referring to Haman. Hathaway wonders why he returned to freeze the Earth, but Quess is sharp and notes that he is following through with his father's plans of controlism and trying to free the people of Earth weighed down by gravity. Hathaway says new types, like Amuro, have the ability to pilot a Gundam on instinct. Quess was told that new types have the ability to communicate with one another without misunderstanding. Hathaway wonders if it is an evolutionary trait for people to retain a sense of family through the vastness of space. Quess mentions that she has always lived on Earth, and it is terrible. Quess goes to look for Amuro in the hangar, but she is stopped by Beltorchika. Regular citizens aren't allowed here. Beltorchika asks if she is the Vice Minister's daughter. Quess looks her in the eyes and says, "Bitch, you prego." Beltorchika is taken aback by Quess's rudeness. She apologizes, but then says that she is sensing the strength of an entirely different person. She then goes, "Okay, bye." The Rakai Loom finally makes its way to Londinian. Amuro wonders if Adenoir Pariah came here for negotiations. Bright seems to think so. He wonders if Char is going through with freezing Earth. In order to send Earth through an ice age, Char needs another asteroid, and EFF currently has every single asteroid on lock. But then how did Char get a hold of Fifth Luna in the first place? Tell me that new type boy whose Japanese voice actor did terrible things. Bright says that if they want to live on Earth without dying by Char's hands, they will eventually have to give in to his demands. Bright realizes that he is too optimistic. It is, Bright. We are all going to die. They get the Vice Minister safely to the colony. He asks about negotiations, but Pariah says that no one must know that he is here until EFF makes an official announcement. He onboards the ship and meets up with Cameron Bloom of the Audit Bureau. Last time we saw Cameron was in UC-0079, where Mirai flips him off. That scene never gets old. Amuro feels bummed for Hathaway, who is clearly lovesick over Quess. "Oh, look at how sad the little terrorist looks." October comes to tell Amuro that they were able to put the Psycho frame within the cockpit of New Gundam. Kyra wants to put it on the Ragazi as well, but Amuro is just concerned about fine-tuning his funnels. October mentions that their materials development lab was fusing Psychomu chips directly into the frame. Amuro realizes that Neo Zeon is the ones providing Anaheim Electronics with this technology. But why? Later, Beltorchika wakes up and hears Amuro having a bad dream, mumbling Lala's name. He wakes up in a cold sweat. Beltorchika and Amuro discuss marriage, but kind of in a backhanded manner where they don't directly address it. Amuro says it leads men astray. This is a weird conversation, but it leads into Amuro talking about being a soldier of war who was once able to defeat Char, but now Char beat him by creating the Psycho frame. More importantly, Amuro realizes that Char left the Psycho Doga for him to find, just to show off the Psycho frame to Amuro. This is why Char retreated so easily. This means that Char knew of the existence of New Gundam this whole time, and he knew that it wouldn't be enough to go against Char's Nightingale. This is what Lala was referring to in his dream when she said that he is pure. He plans on sending the world into an ice age, but is willing to fight Amuro on equal terms to make it happen. Char put his life on the line to make this happen, so Amuro could do the same. Beltorchika thinks this is absurd, but she grabs her stomach and is more concerned about a potential future family beginning on broken grounds. Canberra Hotel in Londinian. Maybe just Canberra? Why would neo-British white people have a Spanish-sounding hotel name? Tamino is trolling us all with these names and he gets the last laugh. Pariah and Cameron meet with EFF higher-ups. Like the anime, Cameron wonders what this meeting is all about when Char makes his appearance. They come to an agreement for a surrender of Neo Zeon, where they will surrender their fleet to Luna 2 in exchange for Axis, which will provide precious minerals, as well as solve the unemployment issue in Sweetwater. Neo Zeon provides EFF with that cash money. Similar to the anime, they want to provide their fleets with jobs, but unlike the anime, Char was unaware of this. However, this conversation all feels like a ruse to some extent. They learn that the nuclear engine on Axis is still functional. They finish their deal and go their separate ways, where Neo Zeon will disarm at a later date. Nice. Still plenty of time to do a little bit of terrorism. Back in Londinian. Wait, they have their own Big Ben? Bigger Ben. Hathaway gets a phone call from Quess. She wants to hang out with him. Beltorchika suggests that Amuro take him while she goes to the doctor. Amuro gives Hathaway a 3rd-generation Hato as a present. Back at the hotel, Char says the thing. He sigs at Zeon and goes to cause a little bit of mischief. As Amuro chauffeurs Quess and Hathaway around, they run into Char. Amuro and Char have an intense moment of passion together. For all intents and purposes, this is the sex scene of the movie, and I'm gonna need a cigarette after that. Quess knocks the gun out of Amuro's hands and points it at him. Char tells her to come along with him, and Gus drops down in a Hyzak and takes them away. He yells out to Amuro, desiring to fight on equal grounds. Like the anime, Cameron goes to meet with Bright to inform him that Pariah and EFF officials met with Char about an hour and a half ago. Char and Neo Zeon begin prepping to leave the colony. Quess introduces herself as Quess Heir and heads out with Char. Bright tries to convince Pariah that Char is up to no good, but he just makes fun of his beard and tells him he has no style. How dare. He suddenly gets a call from Amuro about Char taking Quess. Hathaway whines and complains just like the anime. Back on the Raylula, Mesta is informed that Char has made his return, but she is seeing the new Alpha Azieru. We will break down this mobile armor in our anime coverage. Gus is going to be the one who pilots Alpha. Mesta wonders if he will be able to handle it, not knowing that Char just so happened to bring back someone who might be able to use the Alpha to its full potential. On the Argama, Bright can't seem to bring himself to shave his beard. We start this one just like the anime. Quess and Gus are in the Hobby Hyzak flying around. He lets Quess take the controls. She is a natural. Gus wonders if this is her first time piloting a mobile suit. Char is watching and is also impressed. She does a flyby, like in the anime, and pisses off Gus. Unlike the anime, however, Gus gets punched again for allowing Quess to take control of the mobile suit. He says he gives up as though he is surrendering his feelings for Quess. Someone got a boner in that cockpit. Quess talks to Char. He wonders why she is attracted to him. His cause. Attracted to his cause. She said it was him talking about the human soul being weighed down by gravity. Back in Londinian, new Gundam is coming along nicely. Kyra teases Beltorchika about making sure there is no self-destruct on the Psychodoga. She mentions to Kyra, how can she get Amuro out of war? She responds by saying he has to win. That wasn't the response Beltorchika was looking for. Somewhere in Londinian, Hathaway is buying a janky-ass mobile worker called Ahmed on loan. He plans on training to become the best with it. His goal is to retrieve Quess from Char. Outside of Sweetwater, the Raylula is conducting tests on the Alpha Azieru. We will go deeper into this during our discussion of Char's counterattack. Be on the lookout for that video. Quess is piloting the prototype mobile armor. Gus is running tests with her in a new Psychodoga. Of course, Char is watching. They have to move forward with the tests on this unit ASAP, so they begin running funnel tests. They note that her brainwaves are syncing perfectly with the targets. Char wonders how much she was enhanced, but Mesta mentions that they did no enhancements to her at all. She is able to hit all 8 targets perfectly. They have officially concluded that Quess is a new type and can now be officially used for battle. Mesta wants to utilize her for an attack on Luna 2. Char says that she is just like her, of course referring to Lala. He says this in front of Mesta. Everyone applauds Quess on her skills. Gus congratulates her and she gives him a hug. Uh-oh, he has another boner. Mesta has heard Char talking about Lala in his sleep, just like Amuro. She looks up a data file on Lala. She was a former Zeon Space Forces pilot who had a strong connection with Amuro and died in battle. What isn't recorded in this data file, however, is that Char attacked them and attempted to cut off Lala and Amuro's new type connection. This alone shows to Mesta that Char had a deep love for this new type. Technically Beltorchika's children isn't canon, but it does contradict what she said in Char's deleted affair, where she had data on Lala since the 80s. Like in the anime, Quess, Gus, and Char take Sweetwater's public transportation system. They sing some songs and sig that Zeon. They take a car back to headquarters. She realizes that Char is the real deal and isn't putting on a front. He wonders if she has any headaches from piloting the Alpha, but she is perfectly fine. She wonders why Char wants to destroy the Earth. He says he doesn't want to destroy it. He simply wants to give it a rest. Also, I just want to bring up, in Gundam Origin, Char met with the natives of the Amazon and said that the planet belongs to them and not to the polluters. 14 years later, and Char says, "F*** the Amazon." He leaves Quess in the hands of Gus and takes his leave for the night. When he makes it back to his quarters, he is met by Mesta. She is concerned over Char's plan. She isn't concerned over Char's ideas of controlism and forcing people off of Earth. What she is concerned about is that no man has done a level of evil for their cause, and is concerned if Char is really ready to bear such burdens. Char believes that someone has to shoulder all the evils of humanity, so it might as well be him. Oh boy. She also doesn't understand why the Psycho Doga couldn't be recovered. She knows that Gus was able to retrieve it, and she wonders if Amuro is an ally when he should be finishing what he started. She also says an interesting line here. She says, when it's time to shoot, you don't shoot. A lot of the ideas of Char being self-destructive by nature comes from Beltorchika's children. The anime shows us man with mommy issues trying to fight on fair grounds. But here, Mesta is insinuating that this man, who still has mommy issues, will never bring himself to kill Amuro. He will let Amuro kill him. The self-destructive, nihilistic nature of Char is exacerbated heavily in this manga, and Mesta, in this moment, is trying to get Char to face this self-destructive nature. She also says that a woman can be wrapped up in the tenderness of a man like Amuro, who uses compassion as a weapon, and that the captain shouldn't forgive him for that. And I gotta say, I have no idea what she's getting at with this statement. I hope this is just a lost in translation moment, but I assume its compassion can lead a man astray, I guess? Maybe? It still doesn't make complete sense to me. Let me know your interpretations in the comments. Char flashes back to when he and Lala fought against Amuro and Lala lost her life. He says he is not a new type. He is just a regular person with too much emotion and walks away. Mesta thinks about how Quess is very similar to Lala and this upsets her. All of the Zeon officers are relaxing. Like the anime, Gus tries to get Quess to not get too close to the captain out of jealousy. He brings up his parents. Ugh, here we go again. He's talking about his parents. He desperately wants to have new type psychic powers. He recognizes that no matter how many cyber new type enhancements he has, he will never be as strong as Quess. He tries to ask out Quess, but she says that he is jealous of the captain and runs away. As Gus chases, Resin and her team trip and talk shit to Gus about being a fake new type. He says he is a real new type, and Resin and the gang continue to beat up Gus. Poor horny Gus. Also, the Gus hate is toned down in the anime, but can be summed up by one line.
You're quite expensive. We can't afford to lose you.
You are probably wondering what the salary of a high-ranking officer in the military makes in this universe. Well, Chaemin and Mirai are currently living in a mansion. Mansions in the East are different than in the West. They're essentially mega apartments. Chaemin assumes that Mirai wasn't able to get tickets off planet. It is even worse than that. Liu and Co. plan on leaving Hong Kong altogether because of the rumors of the asteroid dropping on the planet. They note that there hasn't been sun for days. In Sweetwater, Char gives his speech to the people. He talks about the failures of the past wars and how the word of Zeon Daikum has remained strong throughout all of the chaos. He talks about finally purging the world of the people of Earth who control the Earth sphere from the comfort of the planet. Kaisis Mbayer says that he certainly has the persona of a leader. Kaisis also has showed up in our coverage of Char's deleted affair, where he likes the ladies young. Let's just say that. Go check out our coverage for more on Kaisis and Char's relationship. He wants Char to step down from being a mobile suit pilot. He says he will finally listen to him after this next mission and will focus on being a politician. He wants to fight to protect people like her, pointing to Quess. The plan is for the Relula to head to Axis, while a hybrid fleet, meaning a fleet consisting of both real ships and dummy ships, will head out to Luna 2. Luna 2's fleet contains most of EFF's nuclear armaments, which they plan on using to help accelerate Axis into Earth. Kaisis wonders if EFF is also plotting something behind the scenes. Char believes in the incompetence of EFF to not mobilize fast enough. Heading to Luna 2 is the Musaka-class ship. The Musaka-class is the evolution of the Musai light cruiser. It's capable of conducting blitzkrieg attacks due to its high engine output, and a pair of radiator fins are mounted on the ship's bottom for dissipating the heat generated by these engines. It is capable of carrying 6 mobile suits and have 2 catapults. Like most ships in this era, it has a recovery deck in the aft. The sleeves will also continue to use this ship in UC-0097. It is equipped with 4 twin megaparticle guns, 12 anti-air machine guns, and 6 forward missile launchers, along with 3 missile launchers on each side of the ship. Adenwar Pariah is on a Klopp-class ship. The Klopp-class ship is a scaled-down version of the Rockei Loom-class ship and is designed to replace the old Salamis Kai-class ships. The ship only has 1 mobile suit hangar and can hold only 6 mobile suits. This ship also has radiator fins for dissipating the heat generated by the engines. Like the Rockeye Loom, this ship will be used for decades. It is equipped with 2 twin megaparticle gun cannons, 14 anti-aircraft guns, and 6 missile launchers. In UC-0120, we will see a beam shield added. The ship also has a Minovsky craft system. Pariah is talking shit to the captain of the Klopp class while they watch Neo-Zeon's forces move out. Back at Londinian, Londo Bell's forces are prepping. Unfortunately, Bright has shaved his beard. Quite a devastation. He talks to Cameron Bloom, who gives Bright the nuclear warheads from Luna 2 as they were under the Audit Bureau's jurisdiction. This action certainly is a war crime and will get Cameron executed. He says that he is doing this for Mirai. He is also betting on Londo Bell's success so he doesn't have to face repercussions. He tells Bright that the deal Char made is most definitely a sham and he is sure to make his move. He tells Bright to be careful with the antiques, referring to the nukes. What are Char's intentions? Back at Sweetwater, Char makes his leave for Axis. Earth Federation forces are prepping at Luna 2. They are awaiting Neo-Zeon to hand over their military arms. Adenwire wonders why they are hanging in the back, not welcoming Char in the front. The captain says it is to protect higher-ups like you. These two have been squabbling since they met. The Neo-Zeon fleet approaches. They notice that they are spreading out in battle formation. They are supposed to approach single file. They send out Jagans to scout out the area. They head out to find that some of the ships are made of dummy balloons. Something isn't right. The Neo-Zeon fleet then begins firing on Luna 2. Mesta and Neo-Zeon begins launching their mobile suits. Quess launches in the Alpha Azieru. Gus tells her to get used to the mobile armor during this battle. Jagans approach their location and the two begin fighting. She begins using the Alpha's funnels to take out some units. She then sees a Klopp-class ship. Her new type senses go off and she begins panicking. She rushes and takes out the Klopp-class ship, killing her father who was on board. She suddenly stops. Gus tells her to keep going as she is running support in the rear. The battle is over. Neo-Zeon is victorious in taking out the Luna 2 fleet. They can now get the Nuke reserves. Back at the Rey Lula, Char is informed that Mesta's team was successful. Once they get a hold of Axis, they plan on heading out to support Luna 2, but that will leave Axis unattended. Back on Side 1, Bright is trying to get a hold of the situation, but Hathaway is crying about Quess in his ear. She tells him to shut up. Terrorist in the making. Bright leaves Hathaway with Cameron while they begin their operation. Of course, he was faking it. He takes out his med mobile worker and sneaks on board the Rockeye Loom. Everyone on the bridge makes fun of Bright for shaving the beard. Rightfully so. As they leave the colony, they realize that there is something happening with Hatch 48. The maintenance team scouts out the hatch while Hathaway hides in the med. He is feeling the coldness of space. The fleet heads out to Luna 2. While heading out, the team runs some practice sims. Kyra is fumbling a little bit as she uses the Ragazi for the first time. Amuro launches in the new Gundam. He is testing out the Saikomu system and the fin funnels. Later, Beltorchika goes to look for Amuro. He is still talking with Bright on the bridge about battle strategies. Beltorchika comes in, giving Amuro the org chart and equipment config to go over before the mission. He finds it strange that Axis is being left so open for attack. Bright says they could even attack Axis with nukes, destroying the asteroid and leaving Char with nothing. Remember, Cameron gave Bright a supply of reserve nukes. Perhaps, though, this is all a ruse. Maybe it actually is Luna 2 that he is after. They take a look at the news to see all records of the fleet leaving Sweetwater. They note that some of those ships are dummies. They realize an attack on Axis has already begun. Back at Axis, indeed, the battle is waging on. EFF is trying to get a handle of what is going on the battlefield. When they realize that Char has tricked the higher-ups at Luna 2, the squad of Jagans are destroyed by Char. His team comes in to scout Axis. He yells out to Amuro that he will drop this asteroid onto Earth. I feel that a lot of bad memories from Char's deleted affair are coming to his mind, and he is taking the bad thoughts out on Amuro. Gus leaves the captain with some Gyaradogas as he heads back to the ship. On the lower deck of the Musaka-class ship, they are loading the nukes. They find the hull light and thought they would have more. Mesta is taking command of the operation and trying to handle business when Quess comes on the bridge wandering around and talking loud. Everyone looks at Mesta. She gets up and pulls Quess down to the floor, demanding to know what she is doing. Quess says that she isn't a part of the military and doesn't take orders. She is only here to help the captain. She is also wearing the captain's coat, and this irks Mesta. She decides to do what a lot of the fan base wish they could do to Quess. Proceed to beat the shit out of her. She yells the words, "I don't know," throws the coat on Mesta, and floats away. While Gus is in a briefing, he is able to sense Quess. He leaves the briefing room to find a bra. So, apparently Quess just stripped down and is naked, heading to the hangar. Everyone is like, look at this crazy girl. But this guy, he's getting a good look. The peeping game is strong with this one. Gus goes over to shake her and asks, what the hell is she doing? She wants to go help the captain. The Alpha is equipped with its 2 extra tanks and can take it directly to Axis, no problem. Mesta allows her to launch just to get rid of her. Gus takes her in the Psychodoga and launches. The Alpha is so big that it doesn't fit in the hangar. You have to tow it. Gus tells Quess to just not let Char's personal life bother her, but she is set on taking down Mesta. She says that he is jealous. Gus wonders if her new type powers have become clouded by the dark side. They didn't say the dark side, but they totally assumed the dark side, let's be real. Here is something cool that we just don't see too often. Because Quess is nude, she can't jump out into the mobile armor. So her team joins the cockpit of the Alpha and the cockpit of the Psychodoga with coupling tubes. You would think Char would do this more often with how little he goes out in a spacesuit. Also, Quess saw right through Gus's feelings and feels defeated. Aw, poor little cyber new type. She launches, of course, without waiting for launch orders. Back on the Rockeye Loom, Kyra is excited to shoot down battleships with the new Ragazi. Her and Ashtonaj look at each other with their doomy eyes, while everyone tells them to get a room. A GM-3 approaches the ship carrying a few men. They are from the Axis Defense Force. They board the ship and catch Bright up on what Char is up to on Axis. That is when they get a transmission. It is from the remaining Luna 2 fleet. They inform Bright that Anwar Pariah was killed in battle. The Klopp class was taken down by a new mobile armor. He also informs them that Zeon took from the nuclear weapons cache. Bright believes that they can defeat Char if they attack Axis now, when his fleet isn't completely with him. They all prep for battle. Amuro talks to the GM pilot. He fought against Char. In this manga, they refer to funnels as the sound of birds chirping in space. One thinks that's why Char named his mobile suit the Nightingale. It is a folklore about a bird who tells your death. Beltorchika thinks that's crap. Amuro suggests that it is the sound of the Psycho Frame. He said he experienced something similar during the 1-year war. I assume it is his mind meld with Lala, but I'm not entirely sure. As everyone prepares to launch, Hathaway is sneaking around looking for a mobile suit to use. Bright sends out the first missile barrage. Kyra notices Hathaway sneaking around. Amuro comes in and deals with it because Kyra is leading the first wave attack, while Amuro is heading out in the second wave. She needs to focus right now. Kyra says that if it was up to her, she would throw him out of the airlock. Imagine if she did. She would have stopped a terrorist and saved future lives. Bright fires the second barrage of missiles. The Relula crew, including Char, prep for their attack. Char notes that they got here faster than he expected. He launches in the Nightingale. As his team gets intel, they realize that the missile barrage heading their way are nukes. They all pull up quickly. Yes, I know there's no up in space, but you get what I mean, shut up. Meanwhile, Bright does what Bright does best. No, not win wars. He's perfect at that. Leave him alone. I am talking about the slap of God. He puts the thought of God into Hathaway. God is the name of his hand. He leaves the room and tells everyone to launch at once. Amuro tells Hathaway that Char is manipulating Quess's sensitive nature. She is just a tool to him. Amuro says that if he is willing to follow a man like that, she is courting the Grim Reaper. He orders Hathaway to get in a suit and for Beltorchika to confine him to the study hall. She hesitates. Beltorchika wants to tell Amuro that she is pregnant, but she doesn't. Suddenly, the engine on Axis fires up. It is heading directly towards Earth. They send out a third wave and prep for a fourth. Kyra says I love you to Ashtonaj, but he didn't hear it. She launches in the Ragazi with the first wave. Bright launches dummy ships. After taking Hathaway to the study hall, she wonders if raising a kid is this difficult. In the anime, since it is Chan and not Beltorchika, we get the subplot of the Psycho Frame and what it will do in the future. Char steals a Geta. Have we talked about the Geta? Nothing really to say. It is just another subflight system like the base jabber. He deploys the large beam mega cannon and fires on the nukes. He notes that only one of them was a nuke. The rest were fakes. He is impressed by Bright's tactics. Resin and her team launches from Mesta's fleet and begins their attack. As the Musaka begins their barrage, Bright sends out the second wave, including new Gundam. Amuro is certain to win. Bright begins the fourth wave of nukes. Amuro wonders if he should beeline it straight towards Axis or help the fleet. The Jagan pilots notice that Kyra has been overzealous since she switched to the Ragazi. Resin and the Gyaradoga team engages with Londo Bell. They make their push towards the Rockeye Loom. Meanwhile, Quess is still trying to find the captain as she pilots the Alpha and the Nude. Graves tries to protect her, but she spots the captain and heads in his direction. Graves notices something heading towards Axis. It is nukes. He uses his funnels to block the attack. Quess meets up with Char and does her little flip into the Nightingale. Like the movie, she's more focused on Mesta being mean to her than the current battle at hand. He says that we'll do the training here. If she can experience all the terror on the battlefield without actually entering it, you are a true new type. Kyra has gone out too far and missed the rendezvous with Amuro. Graves gets a strong new type flash. He approaches Kyra in the Ragazi. The remote control on the turrets are out on the Rakai Loom. Beltorchika mans the turrets herself. She begins blasting and notes that none of them are shooting back. Something calls to her. She hears the words, Mama. Resin comes in and attacks the ship, but Beltorchika is able to get a direct hit on the Gyaradoga, taking out Resin. She wonders if it was her baby speaking to her. Meanwhile, Quess takes in all the emotion on the battlefield. This scene makes more sense in the movie once you realize he is testing her new type abilities. She says it feels like people are coming into me. We all feel a little awkward for a few moments and move past it just like the anime. Axis is continuing its course towards Earth. Kyra and Graves engage in battle. She is pushing herself too much. She transforms into mobile suit mode. Gyaradogas come in to help Graves and they begin toying with Kyra. That is when Amuro comes in to help. Graves realizes that there are two Gundams. This one must be the true Gundam pilot. Kyra gets out of her busted Gundam, but Graves grabs her. He wants Amuro to surrender. The Gyaradogas use the shock anchor on Amuro. Like the movie, Zeon thinks that he is resisting. The funnels activate and Graves gives Kyra a good shake and crushes her. Quess is crying from all the pain on the battlefield. She wants Char to help Graves, but he says that delaying one's death doesn't help anyone. Axis begins decelerating as it gets closer to Earth. All mobile suits begin pulling back. Ashtonage is helping out on the deck when he is informed of Kyra's situation. Like the anime, he goes to Kyra. Unlike the anime, however, her body is quite mangled from being crushed and shaken, so they take her body away before Ashtonage can even see. He did see the whites of her eyes, however, and that was enough for Ashtonage to break down. Beltorchika becomes upset and Amuro gets furious. She yells out to Amuro to stop or he will hurt the baby. She finally tells him that she is pregnant. They begin prepping the final phase of the mission. Londo Bell intends to blow up Axis from the inside just like the movie. However, in this version, on top of nukes, Amuro plans on using new Gundam's Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher that will be attached to the Rakai Loom for extra power. They have to complete this plan before Zeon reinforcements arrive from Luna 2. Meanwhile, Zeon is on course for Axis to fall directly towards Mexico City. Mesta is concerned that Graves thinks he is losing Quess to the captain. They plan on putting both Quess and Graves on the front lines to motivate one another. Mesta doesn't approve of this. Graves meets with Quess and tells her that the captain is into young girls and that he is with Mesta, but his only love was a girl named Lala Soon during the 1-year war. Quess tells him to drop dead, runs away. Amuro preps the Gundam. Beltorchika brings him some food and drinks for his battle. Amuro goes from saying, I will surpass Char, to I will surpass Char and be the best father ever. Priorities, I guess. He believes that with his new baby and Beltorchika, he is undefeatable. He begins launching the new Gundam. They embrace one last time before he takes off. Amuro takes off in the High New Gundam. Technically, the High New is different from the new Gundam in the movie, so let's break this bad boy down. The RX-93 New 2 High New Gundam is the updated version of the new Gundam with the Psycho Frame added. This was, of course, designed by Enheim Electronics, except for the Psychomu system, which was created by Amuro. The 6 fin funnels make it the first new type use Gundam. It is equipped with 60mm Vulcans, a machine gun, 3 beam sabers, a hyper bazooka, and a shield. What makes this different from the anime counterpart is the Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher. This is originally a Hyper Mega cannon designed for the Rakai Loom, but modified for Amuro to hold in a Gundam. It requires to be powered by the Rakai Loom itself and can blast through a battleship with ease. As much as I love the redesigned version for this manga, I really dig the purple colors of the original concept. Amuro launches with the Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher. Bright sends up Hathaway to write his will in case they all die. Hopefully, the Side 2 and Luna 2 fleet will come to back them up. On Earth, Chemin and Mirai are heading out on foot. They are going to start moving towards the sun. However, at that moment, the sun appears. They are also able to see Axis as well. Mesta goes to speak with Graves. He wants him and Quess to go on the front lines. He teases her by asking if beating the Gundam is easier than having sex with the captain and pisses her off. Quess comes onto the bridge to once again make the crew feel awkward by asking if she is a substitute for Lala. Yeah, the sucky part about this is that these guys probably survived the war and would be wishing for death after those levels of cringe. While calming her down, in the manga, she lets out that she wants to destroy a planet that gave birth to a woman who snatched away her father from her mother. She says the quiet part out loud. To her, this is a sophomoric and immature attempt to get back her father under the guise of helping Char. She wants the captain for herself, and Char stupidly indulges her fantasies to get her to pilot the Alpha. Char says to let Graves be her guardian. He heads out to the Nightingale, but before so, he goes to talk shit to Graves personally. In the anime, Char was very serious in this moment. However, in this manga, he is more playful. He tells Graves that if he protects her and they win, she will naturally be attracted to him. Char also tells him that Mesta is good in bed. What is happening? He smacks Grave in the ass and sends him on his way. Quess launches in the Alpha. She now has new intentions to be patient and wait it out. Char will surely want her when she is older. Oh, you poor insecure girl with daddy issues. Like the captain, she too chooses not to wear a helmet in the cockpit. Quess and Graves goes out and she instantly senses Amuro. On the Rey Lula, Char thanks Mesta for tricking Graves into fighting. She says that she didn't lie, she merely told him the truth. Char casually mentions to Mesta that he gave the Psycho Doga to Amuro and begins heading to the mobile suit deck. But she goes, no. What did you just say? Char repeats her words back to her, claiming he is merely telling the truth. She realizes that he plans on allowing Amuro to defeat him, simply to atone for his sins of polluting the earth. He says that he simply wants to fight on equal terms, and says that if he is defeated, Axis wouldn't succeed. They say their goodbyes. Meanwhile, outside of Axis, Musaka Cruiser 5 is awaiting the remaining nukes from Luna 2. They see a light glimmer in the distance. It is Musaka Cruiser 4. Graves and Amuro begin fighting on the battlefield. Amuro tells the Rock Hyloom to send out the tube. The two begin battling with their funnels. He uses his funnels to create a beam interface wave, which is similar to an eye field. Graves notes that something is approaching. He thinks it is a beacon. Amuro is able to attach the tube to the Hyper Mega Bazooka and powers it up. Graves realizes that he plans on firing that on Axis. He goes in with another volley of funnels. Amuro uses his beam sabers to protect him. That is when Quess comes in to help. She destroys the tube. A group of support Jagans come in with a backup tube, but they keep getting taken out. They need more men. Hathaway is able to sense that Quess is close by. The voices in his head are too much for him to handle. He decides to take action. Beltorchika also decides to take action by getting into the broken Ragazi. Like Chan, Beltorchika is met with espionage who tries to prevent her from launching. She tells him that the baby inside her is telling her to help. Meanwhile, Hathaway is able to sense these thoughts and realize that Beltorchika is pregnant. As Beltorchika takes off, a missile comes down on the Rock Hyloom, hitting Ashtonage. Unlike the enemy, Ashtonage isn't vaporized and is actually still alive. He is on his last breath, but alive. He calls out for Hathaway, but he is too focused on Quess. There are two other support soldiers there, but ultimately, Hathaway abandons a dying Ashtonage. Dick move, Hathaway. You don't fuck with Ashtonage. He goes to find a Jagan to pilot. He grabs a rifle from another Jagan and fires at the Gyaradoga. He flies off towards Axis. Meanwhile, Bright is informed that some dumbass pilot headed directly towards anti-aircraft fire. He says that he will deal with this dumbass later, not realizing that it is his son. Quess in the Alpha tries to use her funnels on Amuro once again, but he creates another beam interference wave. He is invincible as he powers up. Amuro takes aim and fires towards Axis. The shot happens to hit Musaka Cruiser 4. It blocked the attack from hitting Axis directly. In the movie, Amuro takes out a random Musaka without any context, so it comes off more like he took out some nukes. But here we see that it is a ship actually protecting Axis from destruction. Char heads out as he learns about the Musaka's destruction. He looks out to Earth as though looking at it for the last time. Quess engages with Amuro. She cuts off the tube connecting his cannon with the Rock Hyloom. The Rock Hyloom is being attacked by Buckethead Gyaradogas. I thought these were initially Gyaradoga Kais, but they seem to be modded Gyaradogas. But Gyaradoga Kais were on the battlefield, so let's break it down. The AMS-119S Gyaradoga Kai was a high-performance Gyaradoga designed specifically for commanders. This version of the mobile suit is made using Gundam alloy. Thrusters have been added to the sides of the waist to improve mobility. It is equipped with a beam sword axe, a shield, and a beam machine gun which doubles as a grenade launcher. A Musaka destroys a Clop class next to the Rockeye Loom, but they push through and fire the remaining nukes. Char gets ahead of them and uses his funnels to take them out. The initial plan has failed, so the Rockeye Loom lands on Axis to attempt to plant bombs. They prepare for ground combat, which is when Bright notices Hathaway has disappeared. Meanwhile, Beltorchika runs into Graves' Gus in the Psycho Doga. As Graves goes in for an attack, Beltorchika screams out. Suddenly, a cosmic glow erupts from her mobile suit. The remaining Zeon forces on Axis retreat to back up Char, leaving Bright's team the freedom of planting the bombs. Meanwhile, on the moon, EFF goes to support Londo Bell. In the anime, they specifically go to back up Londo Bell, but here they seem to be focused on breaking up Axis and mitigating damage on Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, Mirai and Min are walking through Guangxi. Damn, that's pretty far from Hong Kong. They be trekking. Bright's team touches down and heads out in meds. Graves is consumed by the cosmic glow when Beltorchika sends out some missiles and gets a direct hit on a Psycho Doga, killing Graves. Bye Graves, you were never a real new type. Hathaway notices the explosion and heads in that direction. Quess also notices the explosion and realizes that she is all alone. Hathaway approaches her in his Jagan. Beltorchika tries to get Hathaway to back away from her. Char can sense Quess, but he finally runs into Amuro. Amuro doesn't go after Char, but rather heads towards Axis's thrusters. Char protects Axis. Amuro unleashes dummies all around the Nightingale, but Char sees right through this diversion and fires directly at Amuro. He gets a direct hit, but Amuro hears a voice say, "Papa is in trouble." A cosmic glow activates New Gundam's barrier, protecting Amuro from the attack. He wonders what that voice in his head was. They engage in battle. Amuro notices all the unmanned Musakas on Axis. He realizes that Char intends to blow up the nukes on board. He begins shooting at Musaka 4 and ignites the nukes. A giant explosion goes off on the surface. Amuro wonders if this will have any effect on the course of Axis. He notices a Gyaradoga, but Beltorchika destroys it, saving Amuro. She falls with the Gyaradoga on the surface of Axis. Amuro doesn't have time to respond because Char comes in with another attack. The two engage in melee combat. Bright is with his team inside Axis. He was able to feel the nuke explode on the outside and wonders what is going on. They head to the valves that control the Axis thrusters. Adding a bomb there will be highly effective, but they don't have time to take control of the engines. They do, however, stumble across the Axis ammo dump. As Axis enters into Earth's atmosphere, turbulence breaks out. A boulder falls and destroys a random Londo Bell member's med. That looked brutal. They continue planting bombs. Back outside, an explosion hits the Rockeye Loom. Some Jagans use their spooge to try to seal the hole. The crew notices that the Axis thrusters have stopped. It wasn't anyone's doing. It has just reached its velocity needed to hit Earth. It is too late. Their only hope is for Bright to succeed. Meanwhile, Amuro and Char continue fighting. The Nightingale uses the beam tomahawk on New Gundam. They have a game of cat and mouse with one another. Char puts an end to it by destroying Amuro's beam saber. He runs away once again and gets out of his mobile suit and enters Axis. Char realizes that Londo Bell is trying to destroy the colony from the inside. The Jagan latches on to the Alpha. Quess can't seem to shake him. Hathaway gets out of his mobile suit and shows his face to Quess, but all Quess can think about is the captain. Char enters the asteroid and finds himself a weapon. Amuro sneaks around and shoots at Char while proclaiming that intellectuals turning idealism into reality is always a bad idea. Char turns around to see Amuro pointing a bazooka right at him. He shoots and they both fly back from the explosion. And he misses. He was like right there. How do you miss that, Amuro? Amuro hears the words Papa once again. Bright and his team plant the final bomb. One guy notes that if the Rockeye Loom is destroyed, they have front row seats to the end of the world. Bright jokes that they are born on Earth, so they are heading home. They all take off. Amuro also heads back to his Gundam. He gets in to find that Char is already back in his Nightingale. Char rushes in and kicks him. This is very similar to the famous Char kick from the original series. During the original series, they were also fighting while entering Earth's atmosphere, just as they are now. The two resort to punching and kicking one another as they have no weapons left. As Char goes in for another attack, he inverts his shoulder binders and tries to use it as a beam weapon. It makes no sense physics-wise and should mess up the ambac system entirely. But boy does it sure look cool. He gets a direct hit on Amuro. He goes in for another attack. Char uses the shoulder binders, but Amuro kicks it. Both explode, causing them to fly backwards. Their mobile suits are taking a beating. Hathaway is still outside of his mobile suit, tapping on the Alpha's window, trying to get Quess's attention. But Quess is finally able to sense the captain and heads in his direction. Amuro is getting the upper hand. He begins tearing through the Nightingale. A voice in his head says no. That is when Quess comes in with the Alpha's overwhelming presence. Damn, that thing is big. She says to stay away from the captain as she begins attacking. Amuro is on the defensive and is about to attack, but suddenly a beam attack gets a direct hit on Quess's head, destroying the mobile armor and killing Quess. It happens to be Hathaway in the Jagan. This moment of Hathaway killing the person he loves definitely gives him the motivation to become the terrorist we will see in the future. It beats him becoming a terrorist because Chan killed the girl that he loved, making the anime's version a purely emotional choice. Here he is thrusted into the life he always wanted, and in making this a reality, he now has to question if he made the right choice. Hathaway becoming a terrorist because he rejected Amuro, his hero's ideals, makes for better character development. Man, it really makes you hate the anime, Hathaway. Amuro and Char continue their fight. The Nightingale is done for. Char ejects, but Amuro quickly sprays his spooge all over Char's balls. Yeah, so, anyways, Amuro grabs Char's escape pod. At the same time, Bright and his med team make it out of Axis and board the Rockeye Loom quickly. They are out of time. The bombs in Axis begin going off. The asteroid begins breaking up while Amuro is still on the surface. The Rockeye Loom uses anti-air defenses to take out as much debris as they can, but there is still so much. Bright is informed that the bombing didn't go as planned. The asteroid split nearly in half, and one piece seems to still be on course to hit Earth. Axis is still falling. Because part of it is still falling, Char notes that he is victorious. Like the anime, Amuro smashes Char's pod into the asteroid as the Gundam tries to push it. Bright notices that Amuro is trying to push the asteroid, but him alone won't be able to do it. He wants to use the Rockeye Loom to help push, but their armor is wrecked and won't survive the push. That is when the Moon Fleet, the 88th Fleet to be specific, comes in and assists Amuro. They all begin pushing on the asteroid. Bright watches as 50 mobile suits join in. He suggests that they all seem to be drawn to the Gundam. The remaining Gyrodogas retreat to go back up the Raylula. They don't join in like they did in the anime. Beltorchika returns to the Regazi. She's a naked ghost, so she seemed to achieve some new type state as she's watching Axis fall. Amuro tells some of the men to fall back, but they don't listen. Many begin exploding as they can't handle the load. Let me tell you, that's what I told. As people die, Hathaway has a new type flash. Hathaway looks out to the asteroid and says, yeah, fuck that. Meanwhile, as one guy dies, Amuro is able to sense either him as a child or his child as he is dying. Essentially, the literal lives of the people dying around Amuro are flashing through his mind. He begs everyone to pull back. All he needs is himself and Char. Eventually, all of the Jagans pull back. Axis is still on course for Earth. Beltorchika watches on as the cosmic glow consumes the asteroid. Since she is in her new type form, she senses an immense power. She says it is all the children. This immense power that is glowing throughout the Earth's sphere is all the power of humanity. Bright, some mobile suit pilots, the children, everyone. In the manga, the cosmic glow comes off more like a spirit bomb. The mobile suit team returns to the Raylula. Mesta realizes the commander hasn't returned. Beltorchika returns from her weird new type state. She realizes the Rockeye Loom is dead in the water and she can't sense new Gundam. Unlike the anime, there are no mommy issues. There are no talks of being a surrogate father for Quess. Rather, Char looks at a locket of Artesia. The last thing on his mind was his sister. Meanwhile, Amuro simply thinks of Beltorchika. New Gundam erupts in a cosmic glow. Check out our coverage of Char's Counterattack for a better understanding of what a psycho field is. Beltorchika cries out for Amuro while Mesta cries out for Char. The psycho field begins pushing Axis. Some Jagans come to retrieve the Regazi, and they wonder who is in it. Bright tells the crew to get into contact with Amuro. The comms are down. Everyone on Earth looks out towards Axis. The two pieces begin moving into the sun, and the cosmic glow fades away. And the Nightingale's song cannot be heard anymore. And that will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack Beltorchika's Children. This adds so much context to what happens in the movie. Unlike the movie, it doesn't dwell on the mommy issues. It was simply a man who had a mission. Either destroy the Earth and force controlism onto humanity, or be killed by the hands of Amuro, leaving Earth in his hands. Well, in this situation, no one wins, unless you consider being a space ghost to win, which, yeah, I guess. We have already begun our coverage of Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn as we move forward in the timeline, but we plan on dwelling on UC0093 a little longer as we soon cover Mobile Suit Gundam High Streamer. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to not let nihilism and controlism guide you towards genocide. Peace.